he's not putting an effort for you to get to know him. You know what I mean?
Because he has money, so.
No, he's got Hyde Park and West Roxbury, so he doesn't worry about, what's going on right outside of downtown.
All right,
Yeah.
Mr. Charles Clemens. He's a former Boston police officer and a co-owner of Touch 106.
Okay.
Any thoughts?
Okay. Yeah, I just angry.
I think of
resentful of the new residents that we have moving into Roxbury.
Yeah, in the interviews, I feel like he's just so angry, and his agenda is really focused on the Boston police. And it's so interesting to have Latifa here because she knows a lot. But how he presents is that he's angry, and I feel like he's just gonna push making sure black people get promoted on the Boston police. And I feel like the real issue is community policing, and it's not just about policing, but education.
Yeah, like the harsh hand of the law. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you also got to look at what that man's been through. We all don't know why he's angry and why he is the way he is. But at the same time, for me, I think that one of the things that
you work for the Boston police, you'd be bitter and angry when the time you left there too.
I know, but you're running for mayor of Boston. You have to put that anger
that's
to the
what I'm
side
saying.
and let it fuel you for a positive thing.
Well, I mean, he's to me one of the good aspects. He like you said, he's co-owner of Touch, and that's a voice that he's given the community a way for the community to hear a program outside of the big networks. So I think that's big.
And I do like him for that. I do appreciate him for that.
He's given individuals a voice.
I think he's bold. He came out first, and he's
really?
certainly been on the road a long time with this message. So I give him one up for boldness.
And and it's kind of twofold for me, because at the same time I'm saying he comes across as kind of angry. He's probably being one of the more real candidates that's running for this seat. And, because some of these people are polished, some of these people are natural liars. I'm not going to say anyone specific. I'm just saying.
I can think of two.
Yeah, so part of it is him being real, but at the other side, when it comes to answers to questions about what he has for his vision of the city, he doesn't really have it's a lot of general answers and nothing concrete. You can hear from a lot of the candidates. For example, I had this guide, this Roxbury Vote Coalition came out with. When you talk to a lot of candidates about what are you going to do for youth jobs and summer jobs, and they come up with concrete answers based on their history and how they've dealt with the community, and he doesn't really have any concrete answers for things like that. In terms of logistics, we were talking about that earlier. You setting up this program, you have specific answers for what you wanted to see, what you wanted to do, what areas you need to cut off. So when you're talking about youth programs in the city and who needs the youth programs, numbers are important. So
I appreciate that he is the co-founder of 106, and I think that he'll be good in leadership. As far as the mayor, I think he'll be good on the cabinet, but I'm not sure. Well,
one of the things about him, not to harp on him, but I think he's one of the only ones that doesn't have a political background. So he's just saying, I'm tired of what's going on.
He's not the only one.
I didn't say only one. He's one of the only ones. He just wants to make a change. So I think the fact that he's giving people a voice, that's a good thing.
Felix Arroyo, city councilor, 34-year-old, JP. What are your thoughts?
I like him. I think he's a good, solid candidate. He has a background dealing with the city. His father was a politician before him. The only thing is his numbers are low, so I don't think that he's going to make it to the top 3.
So he had a meet and greet and didn't show, and so that kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Were you there, Bridget?
I didn't go. But so he didn't go.
Oh, wait a minute. How you going to be mad at him if you didn't go either?
I was supposed to go, but then I found out he didn't go, so I was like,
So you felt better.
That's messed up.
So you felt better, and you turned around on him. Yes, it's a royal.
For me, I think one of the key things for him, he is a city councilor, and he's a product of Boston Public Schools. So I think if anyone has an insight how to change the educational system, it would be him because he has experienced it. So I think that's one good thing that I see from him.
I went to school with him, so I played the fifth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
no,
saw
I know
things that he
he's doing-
definitely isn't talking about
I
now.
know
I
he's
know.
doing one of the restaurants that I go to. I know they're promoting him, and I know he's doing great things with local businesses. So I
Yeah.
you know,
No, I mean,
respect
I like Felix. I like, you know, he's a genuine kind of guy. He's fun loving, and he's been in the council. And, you know, a lot of the people who are running for mayor right now, a number of city councilors, they're young. They're looking for that next step. Menino's been in position for what, 18, 19, 20 years.
2 decades.
5 terms, right?
So they're ready. They're ready to try something new.
Yeah.
You know, so I understand why the people are looking at this position. It makes sense for people who have been in office even for one term to maybe look at the idea. Certainly there's a big burgeoning Hispanic community in Boston, so I mean, why not continue that legacy?
I like his ideas for what he, you know, the details he has for neighborhood policing, how he'd like neighborhood policing to be enforced. I also like the idea that kind of as in New York, you have the head of every borough. You know, you kind of have like a borough mayor. He kind of wants to do the same thing in Boston.
Oh, wow,
that,
that's
you
a
know,
good
you have
idea.
someone to turn to in every part of Boston, Roxbury, Mattapan, Dorchester.
Yeah, that's smart.
Someone that you can go to
But
from
isn't
9
that
to
what
5.
city council does?
I was about to say, yeah.
Because I don't feel that, you know, obviously, I think what he's saying, and this is him being a city councilor, he's saying that maybe something needs to change
Make
in
them
how
more
we
accessible.
do the city councilor setup, that maybe we need something more detailed, something that people can turn to, because they don't feel necessarily that they can turn to their city councilor or they can find their city councilor as easily as this new idea that he would like to implement.
All right, so we have 3 more minutes and 7 more candidates. So
Oh man, yeah, we gotta go. We gotta
Mike
run
Ross, I like him. Young, urban. He's one of those that plays rap music.
He jogs in his commercials.
He
jogs in his commercials.
He seems
That's good.
successful. I don't know. He reminds me of someone I went to high school with. He's just really fun and energetic and young.
Yeah, he's
Any
cool.
thoughts?
He's cool.
I think, you know, I think there are a lot of young leaders in this race that I think are going to be great mayors at some stage in life. I just think that at this stage, we really need to, with the Menino legacy, we want someone who has some level of seasoned and also maybe some youthful vigor and vision.
And that brings me to Barrows. I think
Barrows.
he hits all those. He's not too young. He just turned 40.
Yep.
He led a great, successful organization, DSNI, Dudley Street Neighborhood Initiative. The only thing is he has no political experience, right?
He helped to bring about the Dudley Street Neighborhood Charter School. He helped. I think he put in some work with the Kroc Center too, in terms of getting the.
He made sure, him and his board made sure that they hired people from the community. So he made, anytime there was new construction in the Dudley Street area, he made sure that the employees, the staff there, when people from the community go to that community center, they have staff that reflects the community.
Which I think is very important, because a lot of times we, or the mayors, they send out the contracts to outsiders. So these positions needs to reflect the community. I think that was important. And he made it a point to have women. I think it was like 60% of women and 60% of minorities, because it was in the minority community, which I thought was a great thing.
My only question about Barrows is, okay, he was on the school board. So we just talked about, we spent 10 minutes on education on the front end of this because it was an important value to us. He was on the school board. Can you tell me one thing that he did on the school board that lends to this vision, that the perception of what he's doing now?
It's a very good point.
And if he was on the school board, like I said about Conley, if you're about crime, you should be able to have some real educated answers about crime. So if you're on the school board, and I ain't hearing about you being on the school board, then yeah, it's not a good look. Like I said, if you sell ice cream and no one's buying it, something's wrong.
And I think that's the good thing about the young leadership that's running for mayor right now. Even though they're young, they've all had an opportunity. Well, not all of them are young, because you got Bill Walzak. who isn't young.
Yeah, and he's a businessman, business background, and he definitely has some ideas of what he would like to see for the future of Boston.
But again, he did the thing with Cotman Square Health Center, which, he had a great legacy there. But then he did leave there and move on to Kearney Hospital and was only there for a short stint.
Yeah, maybe he felt like there's nothing that could be done with that place.
You never know. But I mean, Kearney Hospital is a really small place compared to the city of Boston. So I'm saying that
He probably didn't want his name attached to Kearney either. Let's not go into that. I guess that's for another time.
Well,
that's for you to say.
Well, have you been treated at Kearney? Okay. All right. Well, like I said, that's for another time.
Well, that wraps up our Boston mayoral candidate. We didn't get to talk about 5 of them, but we really, really encourage our listeners
anyway, so it's all right.
to really do your homework. Tuesday is the preliminaries, right? So
absolutely, Tuesday's preliminary.
I know it's only the preliminaries, but whoever gets voted in, there's only going to be 2 that are going to make it to the actual big vote in November. So please get out to vote. If you know people, give them a ride to vote. It's very, very important for our neighborhoods in Boston.
You need to do it.
Let me just say, I just want to say this one quick thing, and this is a public announcement. And I think what people don't realize, or if they've forgotten, people have died for you to get this right. So utilize it.
Absolutely.
People died for you to vote. Don't take it for granted. And I think it's essential and very important.
I've had people tell me I only vote for Obama. I'm like, you can't just vote for a presidential race. All politics is local.
And that's why I like, even if you don't feel the sentiment of the people that have sacrificed so that you had the opportunity to vote, just remember that if you're a homeowner, they look at that. If you want something done in the city, if you want programs such as Open Streets, Open World done, they look at your voting record, they look at your background. That's very important. To get things done in the city, if you're a property owner or if you're just a citizen that wants to have things done in your community and you want to be heard, your voting record is very important to those council people.
You just want to make sure that you have your voice, and your voice is voting. It doesn't matter who you vote for, that's your choice, but you need to have your voice.
So thank you everyone for listening. We're going to go around the panel. Just let us talk about what resonated with you for this show.
I just want to thank Miss Ali, and I have to say Miss Ali because the utmost respect goes to you right now.
Since you put it like that.
Listen, we need more individuals like you, and continue to do the great work that you're doing, because I think it's very important for our community, and we just want to build and want to partner up some way, somehow, because what you're doing, I'm in awe. And I just want to thank you for blessing us, and please don't let this be the last time. So I just want to say thank you.
Blue?
Yeah, I'm very happy about the fair that's going to be going on next Sunday. I'm definitely going to be there.
With the whole Minority Men panel?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Latifa?
I just got to give some key shout outs before they shout me out. Okay. I want to make sure that everybody knows that Open Streets, Open World is a Circle the City event. And that a really strong shout out to Blue Cross Blue Shield that anchored it, the Bar Foundation, the Sustainability Guild, the Emerald Necklace Conservancy, Livable Streets, the Boston Globe, and all the other key partners that made this happen, the Boston Cyclists Union. And then some of the people on the ground, the organizations like Project Right that's helping us get the word out on the street, One United Bank that sees our vision, local bank in the community helping. I mean, you don't know how big that is. Grove Hall Main Street letting us know the history, what Blue Hill Ave has been for them. The First Haitian Church of Baptist Church, talking about a 40-year history and letting us connect not only local communities but global communities. The Western Community Dad, Lang Enterprises anchoring us for this project. The Bible Way Christian Center, Be Our Guest. They catered Hillary Clinton's wedding, and they're right on Blue Hill Avenue.
Oh,
and
wow,
they are
I didn't
donating
know that.
tables
I
and
see them
chairs and
all
all
the
kinds
time.
of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's big. Cooperative Metropolitan Ministries helping us along, Master Al Quran, Mosque number 11, the Nation of Islam, NDC of Grove Hall, and Purpose Living Restoration Ministries. And then I would be shot and killed if I didn't give a shout out to my family. My husband, Wally Ali, who is a renowned guitar player, my brother Fat, doing all kinds of crazy things with streetlight productions around the city. and my kids, such as Sade and Imani, listening in, as well as my dad and his wife Deborah. All right, so I just want to say that, and then we still need volunteers.
Yes,
so
please volunteer.
Please hear the call. Call 617-522-2700. Email Jessica@emeraldnecklace.org or go online to circlethecityboston.org.